Alright, so this is a response to the videos I've been seeing on the YouTube Pagan challenge. And it's very interesting to me because as far as I'm concerned, this is the best way any of us can get to know each other. These are pretty basic questions and I'm really happy to, even have the opportunity to do it. I do plan on possibly joining the Facebook group, but I don't have a Facebook account, and that's a whole nother video. So, but anyway, let's get down to the question: how I became a pagan. What led me to my path? Um, I originally come from Louisiana, so a lot of the things that I was raised around had a lot to do with, some sort of voodoo or knowledge of voodoo or hoodoo. um, so a lot of the things that I was raised around had that type of witchiness. My great grandma, she taught me a lot. She, I believe, was a Strega. She came from the old country, Sicily, and she did a lot of things witchy, and it was mostly kitchen witchery, which is probably one of the main reasons why I consider myself a kitchen witch. Um, but then I think I was 9. Yeah, I think I was about 9. There was a neighbor of ours. She lived cat corner to us. She was a elderly. She was an elderly black woman, and she was a wonderful woman. I loved her so much, and I still miss her. But I miss being able to physically see her. Be able to hold her. Anyway, she was my first official teacher, and I really don't know if she was voodoo or hoodoo. I'm not really sure. Um, but she was great. She was a wonderful person, and she taught me a lot of little things. But at the time, I didn't really truly understand that that's what she was teaching me. Because I was young, I didn't understand. And I remember getting fussed at for some of the things that she had taught me, and I never told my family that it was her who taught me. I felt like that was like a secret. It was a great secret between me and her. um, but anyway, I got away from that over the years because I was raised in a very Catholic, very devout Catholic home. My my grandparents, they were extremely devout Catholics. We have priests and nuns in our family, and my grandmother, she almost became a nun. So anything to do with witchcraft was, a big no-no. And living in Louisiana, there was a lot of things that were on the witchy side that, were in our um, living, in our lifestyle. And she and most other people in my family didn't see it that way. And now I can look back and say, oh yeah, those were very witchy things. But these are also things that many old, the old Catholics do. Now I'm not talking about the current Catholics. I'm talking when they used to do the old Latin stuff. Um, that a lot of those things, if you look at those, you know, different rituals in the Catholic Church, of course, everybody knows most of them they got from the pagan community. Anyway, I'm rambling. But anyway, what made me decide officially to call myself a witch was this past year we moved here to Missouri, and we actually lived in a tent for 3 months, and that was by choice. It wasn't because oh, we were homeless and we didn't have any place to go, and we didn't have any place to go technically, but we wanted, even though we had the money, we wanted to live in the woods. We wanted to get acquainted to the community. We didn't know whether or not this was going to be the place for us, so we chose to live in the woods. Like I said, we lived there for 3 months, and the whole time I just had a peace, a tranquility, um, a connection that I've never felt before, ever. And my old man says the same thing, even though he's not officially pagan. But anyway, I once we moved into a small camper community. Um, uh, it'd be something that you would go on a vacation and take your little camper or your tent to. Or, but anyway, we moved there and we lived there for quite a while. I actually started working for him for a while, and the whole time I was there, I don't know, maybe it was because it was a more rustic way of life. Maybe it was because it was more calm and uh, not as much stress. Not that hustle bustle. Oh my God, coming from uh, not far from Baton Rouge. I originally come from 25 miles south of Baton Rouge. Um, Coming from a place like that, which is a more bigger rural area, to a more laid back farming kind of community, um, it just changed me. It changed me 100%. I don't know how else to explain it. I became so connected with Gaia, and I didn't know how else to say it. I still don't know how else to say it. It's got to be Gaia, because I still have that call. I have that pull. I want to be out in the woods. I want to be there with nature, with the even right now, with it being as cold as it is, I want a roaring fire. Yeah, I'd have to bundle up, but um, I want that connection, that constant connection like I had at that moment when I was living in the woods. I want to feel like I am engulfed in her presence and her love. And I'm not saying I don't here, it's just not quite the same. Um, but yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. That's what led me to my official path, and no longer staving off the feelings of paganism. Um, I know I'm a witch. I know I have known that for a very long time, but I've stopped denying it. I'm no longer a Christian. Most people in my life don't know yet, but that's just because I'm not sure how to present myself to them. There's so much misinformation amongst most of the people that I know that I really don't know how to present that, to come out of the closet. Um, and maybe someday I will. But hey, I'm rambling, rambling, rambling as usual. And I know I've already probably answered about three of the questions, three or four of the questions at least. Um, but anyway, this is me. I hope you enjoy the video, and maybe as the weeks go on, I'll get a little more confident, and hopefully I won't miss a question. And maybe I'll get to know some of y'all just like y'all get to know me. So anyway, thanks for watching, and blessed be.